Okay. All right. Time to re-educate you about autism. All right. Um. Okay. Autism and slurred speech. All right. When someone is low functioning and medium functioning autistic, they have an accent a little bit, but their slurred speech takes over where they sound very mumbly. They uh they sound very mumbly. They sound more like a baby. They blurt out random words. Uh they blurt out random words. They talk like a toddler. Um they talk like a toddler. Uh that's what low functioning autistic people do. Medium functioning, they talk normally, but they speak more slurred. Medium functioning, they talk normally, but they speak more slurred than with an accent, but they speak more mumbly. They speak more mumbly and more they speak more mumbly and more more like that. Like it takes over their accent more than more than their accent takes over their slurred speech. When you have high functioning autism, you don't have slurred speech. You have an accent. Um this 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 is not slurred speech. Uh, uh, this accent right here is a low pitch Angela Davis if she was a Valley girl. That's my accent. There are people like when I was diagnosed, I had high functioning autism. Or I was diagnosed with high functioning autism. Not medium, not low, high functioning autism. So I don't have slurred speech. I had I had an accent. Like I had like I had an accent. Still do without without autism. I know people who are also autistic. I know people who are also autistic um who speak more proper and more clearer, like who enunciates their every syllable, who speaks more, how do I say this, who speaks more proper, like they sound like scientists. They always got big words. They sound more clearer, like they sound like public speakers. They always got the big words, like they are always pleasant. Like he's always pleasant to listen to. He's always pleasant to listen to. Like I know an autistic person who sounds like that, and he does not sound all mumbly and like he don't sound like that. So yeah, he sounds like stereotypical Californian. I think he sounds more like a mixture of New Yorker and New Jersey a little bit, but sounds like a doctor or a scientist with all these big words. Sounds more clearer, you know what I'm saying? Like Me, I got a lot of filler words. Got a lot of filler words and all that stuff because I'm a valley girl. So yeah. Um how do I say this? Autism and awkwardness. Um just because somebody is awkward does not automatically mean that they're autistic. Like, that is just a personality trait that needs to be worked on. Like, you're not awkward because you're autistic. You're awkward because you haven't even tried to work on talking to more people. Like, studying how to talk to people is one thing, but really, you just got to talk to people to really work on your communication skills. Like, studying how to talk to people is not going to really do anything. Like, you can study not to make the wrong mistakes, but you can't study to prevent making any mistakes when talking to people. Like, the wrong mistakes that you gotta avoid is, like, how do I say this? Not telling people your deepest, darkest secrets. Knowing what kind of information to share. Knowing what information to share. Like, how do I say this? Know what kind of information you can or can't share with people in general. Knowing who to share, knowing what information to share with who. How do I say this? Raising your voice up a little bit, like sounding bolder. Knowing better than, like, if you're someone who's shy spoken, who sounds like, hi, hello, like how I used to sound. If you're somebody who sounds like that and you're working on speaking bolder, one thing I'm going to tell you is this. If you're practice in the mirror speaking out loud until it sticks to you, like speaking bolder until it speaks to you. Because if you're not prepared to speak bold, then don't say anything. Like, one time on Halloween, I tried to give a girl a compliment. I was trying to say, hey girl, I like your costume. Like, one time, not like last Halloween, like when I was a teen before I got saved. Like, I tried to tell a girl, hi, I tried to tell a girl, hey, I like your costume. But in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to sound bold. I'm going to sound confident. I'm not going to sound shy. I was like a really shy kid back then. I was always soft spoken, like, hi, hello. But, so yeah, in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to sound bold this time. I'm going to sound confident. But at the same time, I wasn't even prepared to even give her a bold compliment. Because I was so used to sounding shy to the point where when I gave her that compliment, my shy voice came in and I sound like a creepy, whispery psychopath. Like, well, not all psychopaths are like, I sound like I'm gonna kill her in her sleep. Like, I sound like this. Hi, I like your clothes. Hi, I like your clothes. Like, and then she just walked away. Like, she just speed walked away. Like, oh, okay, you're creepy. Like, I sounded like a rapist. Seriously. Like, so if you're somebody who's shy spoken and you want to sound more bold so you can prevent people from preying on you, prevent dominating narcissists from preying on you, all I'm going to tell you is this. Prepare. 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 Prepare your voice to sound bold at home, and make sure that bold voice sticks with you. Or don't say anything at all. Just stick to your shy voice so you don't get that whispery creep voice. Because that stuff, that whispery creep voice will ruin your reputation. It will ruin your life eventually if you don't prepare yourself. If you don't train your voice to sound bolder. It can ruin your life if you don't train your voice to sound bolder. So that's all I'm going to say. So, yeah. So, you can be normal. You can be a normal person and still be awkward. You can be a normal person and still be awkward, not have any friends, prefer to be alone, be introverted, not want to deal with people, always prefer to sit alone, etc., etc. Like, everything you do isn't autistic. Like, some things you do is just a personality trait, and some things you do is just because you're just weird. Some things you do is just because you're just weird. Like, let's bring weird back. Everything weird you do isn't normal. Everything weird you do isn't normal. Okay, it's not a normal disorder. Disorders are not normal. It's just weird. It's just a weird personality trait. It's just a weird personality trait that you do. You're just weird. It has nothing to do with autism, schizophrenia, none of that. Sometimes that is just a you problem. Like smearing dookie on the bathroom walls. Like, if you do that, that's not an autistic problem. That's a you problem. That is just a you problem. That is just nasty. That has nothing to do with autism. That is a mental illness, but that is not autism. That is just nasty disorder, nasty syndrome. Let's bring nasty back. I'm sorry, I should be a little bit more compassionate, but it's like, it's just wrong. Okay? It's not autism, it's not no disorder, but smearing poop on the bathroom walls is not autism, it's just wrong. Awkwardness, that is just something that you need to work on. You need to take the time to talk to people. So yeah. God bless.